Well, thanks for tuning in for THV 11 News at noon. I'm Jurnee Taylor here with meteorologist Nathan Scott. Nathan, I understand we've gotten some significant updates about storms passing through the area on May 19th. What can you tell us?
Good afternoon, Jurnee. Yeah, the National Weather Service has gone out across the state. They've looked at the damage and they have confirmed that that storm damage located in Hot Spring County, right around Bismarck, was due to an EF1 tornado. That's the preliminary rating, packing winds of 110 miles per hour. They're still continuing that survey, so that number could change. But that is certainly a surprise because they did not have a warning down there. Now in Washington County, 5 tornadoes were confirmed from that event on Monday evening. The strongest one was the EF2. That was on the ground for over 13 miles. So now we have a total of 43 tornadoes for 2025 across the state of Arkansas. That surpasses the average of 37. Look at these numbers. We start off this morning. It was delightful. Upper 50s, low 60s. Now we've jumped up into the 80s, and we'll see the numbers climb up into the mid to upper 80s across the state today. Lots of sunshine, but it's not humid. Now tonight, we do have to watch out for the potential. There could be a few spicy storms, primarily in north central Arkansas and north Arkansas, as we see here on future radar. The main concern with 1 or 2 storms will be the potential of producing hail. The chance of showers and storms continues to go up for Memorial Day weekend. More on that complete forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Nathan. Well, this afternoon, we're also getting a closer look at damage from Hot Spring County. Strong winds damaged homes and knocked down trees, leaving many with a big cleanup ahead. The Orr family tells us they got no warning, as Nathan mentioned, and were fast asleep when the storm hit their home near Highway 7 in Bismarck. When Randy Orr woke up, he went outside and saw that the storm had torn through nearly everything in its path, starting near the Gray Lake and stretches for miles. The entire town is coming together to support cleanup and recovery efforts.
I heard the roof fall in the living room, and I heard water going all over the house, but we never was getting wet. It sounded like a bunch of guns exploding outside. And I kept listening. I figured out it was limbs breaking. It was a tornado out there is what it was. And within 5 minutes, it was gone.
Well, as Nathan shared, damage assessments are starting to come in. He'll share more of those findings at 12:13. Financial help is now on the table for people who had their employment disrupted from the storms back on March 14th. The financial help is specifically for people in Hot Spring, Independence, Jackson, and Stone counties. The Division of Reemployment is accepting applications for disaster unemployment assistance. The aid will serve those employed or self-employed. Now, to apply, you can go to the Arkansas Division of Workforce Services website. You can also get help at any Arkansas Workforce Center. The deadline to file claims is July 7th. Well, happening today, a nonprofit is hosting a fundraiser for Little Rock's Reservoir Park. The park is still closed after taking a direct hit from the March 31st, 2023 tornado. You can see some of the damage here from this video from that aftermath. Tonight's event is from 5 to 7 at Trios on Cantrell Road. Money raised will help build a new playground and disc golf course, 2 amenities the community asked for in the rebuilding plan. The search for a missing Camden man has come to a tragic end. Authorities in Ouachita County say they found the body of 61-year-old Glenn Matthew George near Eagle Mills yesterday. He disappeared last Friday. Deputies focused their search around a local gravel company where he was last seen. The sheriff's office there and state crime lab are now working to find out how he died. A former Arkansas teacher takes a plea deal in a child sexual assault case. Reagan Gray chose to enter a no contest plea to second-degree sexual assault. It's linked to an inappropriate relationship with a minor that began in 2020 while she volunteered at Emmanuel Baptist Church in Little Rock. Gray will now serve 6 years on probation and must register as a sex offender. She was fired from Sylvan Hills Middle School last year when the allegations came to light. A massive manhunt continues in Louisiana for 5 of the 10 inmates who broke out of a New Orleans jail last week. Police recaptured 19-year-old Corey Boyd in New Orleans Tuesday and transported him to a secure state facility outside of the area. He and 9 other inmates escaped from the New Orleans Parish Correctional Facility Friday night by crawling through a hole hidden behind a toilet. The sheriff who oversees the jail is seeking $13 million in additional funding to adequately secure the facility.
This facility was never designed to be a maximum security jail. It was built for short-term detention. Unfortunately, time and deferred investment have caught up with us all. And while we continue to make improvements wherever we can, the current moment clearly shows that patchwork fixes are not enough.
Sterling Williams, a maintenance worker at the jail, was arrested Tuesday for allegedly helping the men escape. The 33-year-old told investigators one of the escapees threatened to stab him if he didn't assist them. Well, now a developing story out of Hot Springs. We've been tracking this for nearly a year now. This video shows a swim beach at Lake Catherine State Park shut down after a sewer overflow. We captured it last summer in the city. Well, they're still working to fix it. Last night, the board passed a resolution to invest more than $580,000 into a solution. Well, THV11's Catherine Rowley has the latest on the long-running and costly effort.
Tuesday's resolution will help fund a $10 million pump station project, an expense that the city had not planned for. It will also add new power lines to the Gupta pump station, which helps pump sewer water and keep it out of Lake Catherine. But those new pumps need energy, something that doesn't exist yet.
It's not something we really have an option on because we only have one electrical provider.
That's city engineer Gary Carningham. The city had been prepared for this fix for some time, but it wasn't until recently that they learned that the expensive fix had another unexpected cost.
But we're adding more pumps, and so to our surprise, we were informed by Entergy, our electrical supplier, that there is not enough power at that site to operate our new pumps.
While the additional electrical needs is unique to the city, those around Hot Springs will also benefit from the additional lines and new transformer. But the cost falls on the Spa City.
Because we're basically creating the need, although there are a lot of other users in the area, that cost will have to be paid by the city of Hot Springs, and it's $580,453, a big number.
While the project has taken time and lots of money, the city says it still aligns with their top priorities.
And this pump station, getting it built and running, is one of our highest priorities in the city, as you know, in building up our infrastructure.
Well, Hot Springs is funding the pump project with a portion of a $68 million bond plan. The city approved it earlier this year, getting the money up front from investors. It'll pay them back over time through water and sewer bills. In national news, President Trump unveils plans for a Golden Dome missile defense system intended to shield America from foreign attacks. The project is expected to cost $175 billion. His budget bill includes initial funding toward construction.
Golden Dome will be capable of intercepting missiles even if they are launched from other sides of the world and even if they are launched from space.
Well, the president told reporters that he hopes to construct the dome before the end of his term. President Trump is also meeting with the president of South Africa today as tensions have increased between the two countries. As Natalie Brand shows us, the South African government is looking to de-escalate a diplomatic feud and focus on improving trade relations with the U.S.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa is visiting the White House where he hopes to strike a trade deal.
And we're looking forward to a very good outcome for our country, for our people.
The Trump administration announced a 30% tariff on South Africa in April as part of its sweeping tariff strategy. For now, it's paused while talks continue.
We invest in the United States and they invest in us, and we want to strengthen those relations.
America is South Africa's second largest trading partner, but economic concerns will not be the only topic on the agenda. The meeting with President Trump comes a little more than a week after the administration welcomed dozens of white South Africans of Afrikaner descent into the U.S. for resettlement. The president has alleged genocide and seizures of white-owned land.
There's a genocide going on, so if it's a genocide, that's terrible, and I happen to believe it could very well be. South Africa's out of control.
Earlier this year, a South African judge dismissed the idea of genocide as not real, and the government says allegations about land seizures aren't true.
The president is going to be able to put the facts before his counterparts and to demonstrate there's no mass expropriation of land taking place in South Africa. There's no genocide taking place.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio defended the administration's decision to grant Afrikaners refugee status while restricting other groups.
Why prioritize Afrikaner farmers?
Well, because it's a small subset, it's a new issue, and the president identified it as a problem and wanted to use it as an example.
The Trump administration also cut aid to South Africa earlier this year after the country passed a land seizure law which it says targets unused land. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.